The garden felt different as the sun began to set. Golden light stretched across the grass and the air cooled just enough to make everything slow down. The new kitten sat quietly, watching the sky change colors: orange, pink, and soft purple. Colors she didn't yet have names for but somehow understood. Vanilla settled beside her first, calm as always, her presence steady and reassuring. Chocolate followed, circling twice before dropping onto the warm earth with a satisfied sigh. Waffle trotted over, tail wagging lazily now, no longer bursting with energy, just happy to be close. Mew appeared silently, hopping onto a low stone and blinking slowly at everyone, peaceful and content. Then something magical happened. Tiny lights flickered near the flowers. Fireflies. The new kitten gasped in her own kitten way and stood up, eyes wide. She took one careful step toward the glowing dots, then another. Waffle bounced once in excitement, then stopped, sensing this moment was delicate. Chocolate lifted his head, curious but calm. Vanilla stayed close, watching proudly as the kitten explored without fear. The fireflies danced. The kitten lifted her paw, swiping gently at the air, missing every time, but laughing anyway. Mew jumped down and joined her, both of them sitting side by side, watching the lights float like tiny stars that had fallen into the garden. No one rushed, no one chased, they just watched together. As night settled in, the kitten grew sleepy. She curled up right in the middle of her friends, Vanilla's calm warmth on one side, Chocolate's soft fur on the other, Waffle's gentle breathing close by, and Mew purring quietly near her head. The garden hummed softly with night sounds. That evening, the new kitten didn't dream of being alone anymore. She dreamed of light, of warmth, of friends who stayed, and beneath the stars, in a garden that glowed with more than fireflies, everyone rested knowing something beautiful had grown, not from soil, but from love. Morning arrived quietly, as if it didn't want to wake the garden too fast. Soft sunlight slipped through the leaves, touching the grass where everyone had slept the night before. The new kitten opened her eyes first. For a moment, she didn't move. She listened, to birds, to the breeze, to the steady breathing of her friends around her. The fireflies were gone, but the warmth remained. Vanilla stretched beside her, slow and graceful, blinking at the new day like she already knew it would be a good one. Chocolate rolled onto his back immediately, enjoying the cool grass against his fur, completely satisfied with life. Waffle stood up and shook himself, tail wagging happily, ready for whatever adventure morning might bring. Mew sat nearby, calm and alert, watching the sunlight dance on the ground. The kitten stood and took a few steps forward. Yesterday she had been careful. Today she was curious. She chased a dewdrop sliding off a leaf and laughed in her kitten way when it disappeared. Waffle followed her, keeping pace without overwhelming her. Chocolate joined in, batting at shadows like they were brand new toys. Vanilla stayed close, always watching, always ready. The garden felt alive again, but different. It wasn't magical like the night before. It was familiar, comforting, real. As the human stepped outside, carrying fresh water and smiling softly, the kitten ran toward them without hesitation. She stopped, looked back at her friends, then returned to sit in the middle of them all. That was her choice. The morning passed slowly. They explored corners of the garden, rested in the shade, and shared quiet moments that didn't need excitement to feel important. The kitten curled up beside Vanilla, head resting easily against her side. Chocolate settled nearby, purring deeply. Waffle lay with his chin on his paws, watching over everyone. Mew closed his eyes, content. The kitten sighed, a deep, peaceful sigh. Last night had shown her magic, but this morning showed her something even better. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't temporary. This was her life now. And in the soft morning light, surrounded by friends who had already become family, the new kitten knew one simple truth: she was home. By midday, the garden was buzzing with energy. The sun climbed high, warming every leaf and flower, and the new kitten felt it immediately. She darted across the grass, tail straight up, joy spilling out of her in quick, bouncy steps. This wasn't the careful kitten from before. This was a kitten who felt free. Waffle noticed first. He leapt into a playful run, circling the kitten in wide loops, careful not to scare her, just inviting her to chase. She accepted instantly, hopping after him, tumbling once, then popping back up like it was all part of the game. Chocolate joined in next, rolling dramatically in the grass and batting at anything that moved, leaves, shadows, even his own tail. The kitten stopped to watch him, confused for a moment, then copied him exactly. Two fluffy bodies rolled side by side, earning a soft, amused look from Vanilla. Vanilla stayed nearby, calm and smiling in her quiet way. She watched the chaos unfold, stepping in only when the kitten got too close to the flower bed, gently guiding her back to open space. The kitten brushed against her leg in passing, a silent thank you. Mew leapt onto a low branch, then jumped down gracefully, landing right in front of the kitten. The kitten froze, then pounced. Mew darted away, clearly impressed, and the chase was on again. The garden echoed with movement, running paws, soft barks, tiny meows, and the sound of happiness that doesn't need words. Eventually, the energy faded. One by one, they slowed. Waffle flopped into the shade. Chocolate stretched out like he had run a marathon. Vanilla lay down beside the kitten, and Mew settled close, purring deeply. The kitten lay on her back, paws in the air, chest rising and falling fast, but her eyes shone. She had laughed today. She had played hard. She had belonged without thinking about it. As clouds drifted lazily across the sky, the kitten rolled onto her side and snuggled closer to her friends. This garden wasn't just where she felt safe. It was where she learned how to be happy. And surrounded by Vanilla, Chocolate, Waffle, and Mew, the new kitten drifted into a peaceful rest, tired, loved, and exactly where she was meant to be.